Hi, and welcome to Thanatology Thursday. I want to talk about what it means to be grief and loss literate. Before my sister Tracy died, I didn't have the language to talk about grief and loss the way that I do now. And it's taken me, decades to fully really understand this phenomena called grief. And as I continue to be a student of grief and loss, I'm awakening to what it actually fully means to be here and human. So I want to read a passage from my book. It's in the first chapter, and I'm talking about loss literacy and how it actually changes our capacity to be with life in transition. So here's what I say. To be human means we are going to experience loss, and with loss comes grief. It's that simple and that hard. What makes it so much harder is that the world around us doesn't normalize this experience, and worse, shames us into silence. Then, when bad things happen, we are left with picking up the pieces and feeling ashamed and isolated because we aren't doing grief the right way. My hope is that books like this one, which normalize the grief we experience after a loss, will help to shape a healthier way of being and leave people feeling less isolated when they are at their most vulnerable. Our world needs greater grief and loss literacy, and my vision is that through you, the reader, the listener, we will challenge some of the outdated ways of being with each other and resolve to bring more kindness, generosity, and compassion when we see people in need. Those who are suffering need our support, and let's remember that at some point in the future, if we are fortunate enough to live that long, we will need support too. This way of being with grief and loss is an invitation to take the road less traveled. Pausing to unravel the tangled web we weave as humans is not for the faint of heart. We need brave souls who are willing to do brave work. This book provides an invitation to deepen our understanding of key concepts that touch on grief and loss and the meaning of life. I hope it brings you comfort as you work through your own life losses and those yet to come. So grief and loss literacy. Grief and loss literacy is having the language to describe what happens to us when life goes sideways. Grief and loss literacy helps us not pathologize, but actually humanize this natural experience. When we are grief and loss literate, we can accompany a friend, we can bear witness to them without making their pain about us. We are comfortable in silence, we can walk alongside people, we can travel through these dark places and times and trust that something else will be revealed. As Terry Tempest Williams says, the very marrow of life. So I'm not here to put a rose-colored glasses on this phenomena called grief. Quite the contrary. What I'm here to advocate for is for a community of loss-literate people who are willing to do the brave work, which means to give ourselves time and space to process, to be with, to integrate our loss. And when we do, we are transformed. I am not the same person that I was before my sister Tracy died. I am not the same person that I was before my dad died, and that's okay. So, from me to you, remember, when we do this grief work, it works.